Hello and welcome. This is a video where I'm ranking all the movies that I've seen from 2024. There are some movies I haven't seen, like Challenges and Kaku. That's another horror film I haven't seen. But anyway, here's a ranking. I'm not really used to doing presentation videos, but I'm just gonna do it anyway. So let's get into this. I'm not gonna ramble too much, and I do ramble. I'm not used to doing presentations, but let's just do it anyway. So, my least favorite, Kung Fu Panda 4. What a disgraceful sequel. Kung Fu Panda 3 was bad in itself, and that came out, I think, like almost a decade ago. It came out in 2015. I hated that movie. In fact, I didn't even like Kung Fu Panda 2 all that much when I watched that back when I was probably like 11 years old. Kung Fu Panda 4, that was just a disgraceful, pathetic sequel. It full of retcons. It destroys Talon's character. Shifu's a complete joke. He's just a joke. And they introduced this new character who I guess is taking the reins of the Dragon Warrior. I mean, okay. It's a trope which has been redone many times. Like Cars 3, I think did the same thing. It's a pathetic sequel. It might as well have been straight to DVD. I don't even know why they showed it in the theatres. Yeah, this movie was shown in the theatres. I watched this movie on the plane, and I regret watching it. It was for free. I mean, the plane ride wasn't for free, but watching this movie was for free, and yeah. Well, just such a disrespectful sequel. And for another disrespectful sequel is Joker 2. I remember back when Joker 2019 came out, the first Joker movie. I like the movie. It's quite overrated. It's very cringeworthy in many ways. Sort of about, oh bro, like Joker is a society, man. I remember the memes back in the day. So it's about, the first Joker movie was about, like the downtrodden man who's been spat on, thrown under the bus. He feels resilient and wants to fight back. And yeah, the movie was very successful. And Todd Phillips, for some reason, made this. Like, do you really think the fans of the original movie wanted a musical? No, they didn't. They didn't. And this is what he, this is what he brought to the table. This. I couldn't even finish the movie, but I still logged down to my letterbox. No, this is just trash. I can't go into too much detail because I haven't even finished the movie. But what trash? It's this might even be worse than Kung Fu Panda 4. I might have to reconsider my ratings. Anyway, let's keep going. Okay. Under Paris. It's just sort of like a Jaws type film. I think it was made in France. Well, I mean, Deux, as the Eiffel Tower. Not much to say. It was just like a fairly boring action movie. The next one on the list is also an action movie. So it's drinking some water. It was a very lame movie. It had like a pretty interesting first 25 minutes, but the rest of the movie was just action. It was very forgettable. Now, Monkey Man. Well, I'm sorry guys, I know a lot of people really like this movie, but I found it completely forgettable. I barely remember or the story to this movie or its overall theme. It was very well directed. I'll give it credit, but I mean, I give I've forgotten this man's name. But yeah, it was just a very forgettable action movie. I mean, it was well shot. It had good action choreography. I didn't really enjoy the movie. I think I fell asleep watching it. But yeah, it wasn't. I don't really enjoy this movie very much. So where are we now? So covered Kung Fu Panda 4, Joker Folie, Deux, Under Paris. Okay, so this is the fourth. Now on to the next movie. Blink Twice. Now, I initially enjoyed this movie, but the second half was a complete disappointment. In fact, on my next page here, this is one thing I've sort of thought about. Are they the same movie? This is a trend I've been seeing within the past 5 years. Like, these movies have very similar premises and plot structures. They always end up with one person surviving at the end, or at least two people surviving at the end of the movie. It's a group of characters, and they're in a situation where there's something sort of sinister happening beneath the surface, but they don't really know what's going on until probably the last, like, half an hour to 20 minutes. Then, whoa, the mask is off. Yeah, a lot of I've noticed this trend. Like, Blink Twice is like a combination of a lot of these movies you see here, but made in the worst way possible. It can be worse than Blink Twice, but that's just what I've noticed. There's probably other movies I could add to this list here, like Triangle of Sadness could probably add to the list. Probably not the best movie, but it's a treat, basically. Anyway, are they the same movie? Something I've thought about. Anyway, next movie, MaxXine. What a disappointment! What a complete disappointment! I really enjoyed Pearl. That was such a good prequel. Such a good prequel. Like, oh my god. I was so excited for MaxXine. I remember seeing trailers. It was meant to be kind of like a 1980s style film. It's pretty much a sequel to the movie X, so it's a trilogy. So it started off with X in 2022, then Pearl, which was a prequel to X, and then MaxXine is a sequel to X. So the original movie X is kind of like it's the original story, whereas MaxXine is the sequel, Pearl's the prequel. Okay. MaxXine was miserable to watch. I really hated it. It was very boring. Yeah. I don't really have much to say. It was just a plain movie. Okay. Inside Out 2. A very lazy sequel. Same with MaxXine. Don't have much to say. It's ranked low for a reason. Just like Kung Fu Panda 4. Inside Out 2 is much better. But Pixar nowadays, they've got lazy. Yeah. Gladiator 2 had no reason to exist whatsoever. Denzel Washington was good in the movie, but the movie had no reason to exist, and it felt like I was watching like a glorified Marvel film. because at the end of the movie, it had Paul Mescal's character sort of living vicariously within the last 20 minutes through Russell Crowe's character in the first Gladiator movie, Maximus. And he'd go, and I think there's like riots on the street and all that. At the last 20 minutes, Paul Mescal's character, I forgot his name, can he, I mean, anyone who's watched Gladiator 2, can you remember any of the character names? I doubt. So, Paul Mescal's character, the guy you're seeing now with holding two swords, he visits Maximus's grave and takes his sword and armor, and then fights Denzel Washington's character, who I think's like a gladiator leader or something. He's not part of gladiators, but he's I mean, I'm a bit tired right now. I can't really think of the best comparison, but he's like a pimp of the gladiators. So that's a really rubbish comparison making. But yeah, so that he takes Maximus's swords and armor and dukes it out with Denzel Washington's character at the end of the movie. It's just so lame. I really did enjoy it. Okay, now Deadpool and Wolverine. I admit, I enjoyed this movie. It's slop, but it's enjoyable slop. It's like having the McDonald's breakfast like in the morning. It's I was like mixing milk and honey, I guess. I'm serving it. I don't know. It's nice tasting, but there's no real depth. I don't know. I liked it more than Deadpool 1 and 2. I'll tell you that much. It's not a good movie though. Yeah. It's just cheap entertainment. Got no real complaints. I have noticed that Marvel, and a lot of movies in general, tend to be very self-referential and sort of satirical. They don't take themselves as seriously as they used to, which is a shame. They don't wear their heart on their sleeves as much as they used to, which is a shame. So yeah, I think there's a lot of insecurity behind it as well. Because if you wear your heart on your sleeve, if you're making any kind of art, getting your art, made fun of is hurtful. Whereas like Marvel Studios, they have that insecurity anyway. That's what I think. Now, First Omen, it's not a great or even a very good movie, but it's entertaining. It is very freaky. It is scary, but it's well done. I mean, if I was to rate a movie from 1 to 10, you can follow my letterbox account if you want. I'll probably rate it like a 3 out of 5 stars, probably closer to a 2.5, which is 5 out of 10. It's an acceptable horror film. Nothing exceptional, but it's well done for what it is. Now, okay, starting here, Abigail is sort of decent to good. In fact, I have this movie here. Do I? Abigail, there we go. In the top right. Yeah. Very similar to all these other movies, but I actually think it does it better than a lot of these other movies displayed here. Yeah, it was a very enjoyable horror film. Sort of like Ready or Not and all the other films I've shown just before. But it was very entertaining. Yeah, that's all I have to say about Abigail. Definitely watch it if you haven't seen it. Yeah, I saw the TV glow. Very interesting. It was very bizarre. I liked the movie. It gave me sort of like a unique experience. it made me feel like I was watching some mini-series on Netflix or something like that. It was interesting. I wish there was a movie with the same theme and idea, but done better. I think this movie was wasted potential. I know I liked Abigail, and I did rank. I saw the TV go higher, only because it was just a more interesting experience. That's all it is. It's very superficial. This is a rambling video in itself anyway, but yeah, I enjoyed it, and the ending was really weird. I mean, he's at like a children's party, he just screams. I don't know, it was very bizarre. Then everyone's frozen. If you've seen the movie, you know what I mean, but it's one of those movies you go onto Reddit and you research, ending explained, bro. Anyway, it's one of those types of movies. Okay, now for the next movie, you might really disagree with me here. Trap by M. Night Shyamalan. Okay, I haven't watched. What was that movie in 2016? Anyway, this is the best movie he's done in ages. I really enjoyed this one. Yes, there are flaws, sure, in the plot, and it is a bit far-fetched in terms of logic, and you know, it's a very enjoyable movie in its own right. But the plot twist is very predictable. But it's still very entertaining. I enjoyed myself. Josh Hartnett is very good in the role. He hasn't been in many movies. Though the last movie I remember him being in was like in the Michael Bay one. Was in Pearl Harbor. He hasn't been in many movies since then. I might be wrong. I don't really follow the actor. Yeah, suspense of disbelief. Yeah, the movie to watch it and really enjoy it, you have to suspend your disbelief, because this character, Josh Hartnett's character, gets away with far too much in the situation he's in. Yeah, he has plot armor, but you know, it's a movie. It's an enjoyable movie. Now, for the next one, Terrifier 3. Of course, very entertaining, very excessively violent. Of course, just like Terrifier 2. I don't like it as much as Terrifier 2. I gave it the same rating, but it's very enjoyable. And it's got, Art the Clown in the Christmas setting. I'm looking forward to Terrifier 4. Wonder what that will be. What setting that will be in. Like each movie, I didn't really like Terrifier 1 very much. I like the premise, sort of, just like Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th, Halloween. It takes those concepts but kind of ramps it up a little bit. Yeah, really enjoyed the movie. I've forgotten the final girl's character's name, but she does a really great job. But yeah, I really enjoyed Terrifier 3. And they actually have their own soundtrack, and so does Terrifier 2. But yeah, love the franchise. Damien Leone. Keep upping the ante. Love your movies. Now, next on the list, The Brutalist. No rhyme intended. Okay. This was a very long movie. Watched it in one sitting. I love the acting, and it was really well shot. It's a very well made movie. Very well made. But, in my opinion, a lot of people who are watching may disagree. I think it lacks depth. It reminded me of There Will Be Blood and other movies like it, sort of like Wolf of Wall Street, where you have like a leading male character who's like over ambitious and like he's very argumentative with the people working beneath him. It's not. It just the movie felt empty. It's not really a plot-driven movie. It's more of a journey with the main character. But I think other movies in the past have done better. I think The Brutalist lacks depth. It was made by Grady Brady Corbett. He's only done 2 movies in the past. He did Vox Lux, which I actually liked. I actually liked it more than this movie, to be honest. Vox Lux is actually underrated. Good movie, definitely check it out. And he did one other movie before Vox Lux, but I can't really remember what it's called. But yeah, sorry, I enjoyed aspects of this movie. It had a really good soundtrack, had really good music. But I just think this movie just lacks depth. I just don't really get the overall picture of what this movie was trying to demonstrate. Was it? I mean, my dad and I had a discussion about this film, and he said the overall theme was capitalism, rapes, art, which there is probably a lot of truth to that. Is that the theme of the movie? Are there other themes? And also, I want to add that subplot of in fact, I won't spoil the movie. Now, the next movie, Oddity, really, really good horror film. I haven't seen it in a while. I think it's not even an old movie either. But it's sort of about the sculpt. Oh my god, I should have prepared this video a little bit more. But it's about these 2 sisters, and they both have some sort of conflict. And they're the sculpture, which can be possessed. It reminds me of Talk to Me in 2022, or I guess 2023, very similar. You've got this object which can be influenced by supernatural spirits. Anyway, I'm doing a really poor job of explaining this movie. I mean, but if you watch this movie, you'll enjoy it. I do forget the stories of movies I like. Like sometimes I just remember I like the movie. Now, Mads, great movie. You have to see it if you're a horror fan on any level. This is a zombie film which is done in one take. It's like a Boiling Point, or like 1917, or Birdman, or Rope, Alfred Hitchcock. It's a zombie film in one take. Like, why hasn't this been done already? Why is it taken till 2024 to do a movie like this? Come on. But hey, now it's here. Really enjoyable movie, and the character perspectives shifts from character to character, which is just great. It reminded me of like Rake Record, and the other monster movie I can't really remember it from the top of my head. Okay, now a lot of people may really disagree with me here, but I really I really like Snail 2. I really, really liked that movie. I thought the first Smile movie was alright. I liked the concept, but I didn't really. I thought the execution could have been done a bit better. While I do like the last 5 minutes of the movie, that was very well done. Whereas like the first like 2/3 of the movie was total horror movie cliche. This movie takes the concept of the first film and really ramps it up. This movie, I watched it in theaters by myself. It really got me. Some of the jump scares and just the absolute torture the main character goes through this demon. It's just unbelievable. As you see, you got that big smile here. That is good posters. But man, this movie, it really quite impacted me. Had really good scenes. And one thing I want to add, in the ending of the movie, so the lead character, in fact, probably shouldn't spoil it. Alright, I'll move on. But yeah, Smile 2, one of my favourite movies of the year. I'll say it. I'll admit it. Okay, Late Night with the Devil. Awesome film. It reminded me of like House of the Devil. House of the Devil, same title. Reminded me of. It's like a modern movie which is trying to replicate 1970s or 1980s style, and I think Late Night with the Devil did it really well. It's got like a really good twist, really engaging plot, story. Overall, really well done. Should I show my mouse? Furiosa. Chris Hemsworth's best performance, in my opinion. Almost like it just as much as on Mad Max Fury Road. It was made by George Miller, I think. I think he made this movie. I really, really enjoyed this movie. It had great action scenes. It's very dark. I just love the story and the action. Not much to really complain about, really. And I bet you can predict what the next movie will be. And it is Dune Part 2. Okay. Very predictable film. To be on someone's top, or ranked movies of 2024. Yeah, Dune Part 2 was going to be an obvious pick. This movie is one of the most epic. It felt sort of like an epic action movie, sort of like adventure movie, sort of like Lord of the Rings movies, but not quite at that level. But had so many epic scenes, like great music. It took itself seriously. Like it's an epic science fiction film which wears its heart on its sleeve and takes itself seriously, and people enjoyed it. It's the opposite of the other movie I showed, Deadpool and Wolverine. Here, a movie which doesn't really take itself all that seriously. This movie does, and it's very, very, very well made. It's made by Denis Villeneuve, who I wish him all the best, and he's already been really successful. And my favourite movie from him is either Blade Runner 2049 or Enemy. Now, the next movie, Dune Part 2 is a huge blockbuster, but this next movie on my list, which I think is better, is Memoir of Snail. It's a very sad, but really well-written movie. It's got a great story, explores sort of like mental health and depression and that kind of thing. I think it's been like about a month, maybe a couple of months, maybe more, since I've seen this movie, but it's got like such a great story. I really loved it, and it's the same. It's made by the same creators as Mary and Max, and that movie came out in 2009, a long time ago. And Mary and Max was easily one of the best movies of that year, and one of my favorite animated movies ever. So if you liked Mary and Max, you have to watch Memoir. It's essential viewing. Oh my god, we've been recording this for half an hour. Okay, now for the next movie, The Substance, of course. Really enjoyed this, of course. Great movie. It does have like false cultural narratives, like okay, but your age, it's just normal, and the movie kind of acts as if like woman as a collective, like men and women aren't going to like them the more they age, and in this movie, I forgot her name. Yeah, Elizabeth. She begins to age. She was very successful for about 50 years, or whenever she started the whole gym thing, and then gym business. Anyway, she was a celebrity. She begins to age. The CEO like lets her off, and she's feeling resentful that she's aging. And the movie kind of paints this narrative that people aren't just going to like it because she's getting old, which is just completely untrue. I mean, Demi Moore, she actually looks better than what's in it? Margaret Qualley, I think. She actually looks better. I mean, Margaret Qualley's younger, but like Demi Moore is better looking. But anyway, like it creates this really false narrative that men aren't going to like her anymore. That's because she's getting old, which is just rubbish. I really don't think this is true. But yeah, great horror movie. And Anora is my favourite movie of 2024. I think there's a lot of reasons why I like this movie, but I can't really elaborate on why. It's done by Sean Baker, did a Florida Project, which I love. That's such a good movie. Like, it was sort of like as if Sean Baker and the guys who were behind Uncut Gems and Good Time collaborated and made a movie. That's sort of what this movie felt like, and that's why I liked it so much. It won the Palme d'Or, which I think is and also won Best Picture. It's great. Yeah, really good this movie. Oh, I think I've seen it only once. I remember it having it had such energy. It had like such strong energy. But anyway, thank you for watching the video. It was a bit rambling. I'm not really used to making video presentations. Anyway, thanks so much for watching.